Hi guys, Jill here from Cheap Thrills. This video is a continuation of the previous one called We Almost Broke Our Cadillac XLR. We actually did end up breaking it at the race, but not how you think. Right now, we are traveling to the meetup for the Lemons Block Party. It's a little parade and car show that the series holds the day before the race in the nice little town of Camden, SC. It was such a sunny, chill day. You wouldn't think anything bad could happen on a day like today. What are you doing, Mike?
Changing the spark plug. Trying to find this little misfire.
You can't race with a misfire, bro.
7 cylinders is better than 6 or 5 or 4 or 3. Ooh.
A lot of people from the town and the series come to the block party. Some even come up and talk about your car. We like to go around and look at other race cars too. Our favorites from this year include an old 60s Mustang with a newer Mustang drivetrain, and a super odd build of a Miata with a Hayabusa engine. They kept the original gearbox, and we think they just bumped that shifter back and forth. The next morning, we were ready to race. It's usually just me and Mike, and while I do want to get better at it, once the race starts, it's super busy and really hard for me to get footage. I did get the green flag, and we had a dash cam for part of the race before the battery died. The hose for our new transmission coolers had sprung a leak, a big one, that dumped all of our fluid out on the track. It was the end of my stint in the car, and I did what you probably shouldn't do. I tried to limp it on the track to make it to the end, only an hour away. I didn't know how bad it was, and could only describe to Mike on the radio the slow shifts and that it seemed like we were low on fluid. When Mike went back out, it started slipping really bad and he brought it in, but it was already too late.
So just installed this cooler, brand new clamps, brand new hose. You can see it's still really clean, and just randomly after a few hours it decided to spring a leak. Do you have anything to say? Yeah, you shouldn't buy cheap Chinese parts.
Alright, so we're back from CMP now, trying to diagnose our transmission problems. Third gear is no more, it seems.
Sort of there. Kind of half the time.
Well, it's going out of business.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Having a going out of transmission soon sale.
You are the best gear, but...
Well, one of the advantages that we have of having multiple cars you see behind us, we actually have the street car version that we can kind of get some data to compare in our race car version, so we can see if it's the actual clutch packs or if it's electrical. So we're going to do some comparisons going back and forth and seeing what we see.
I guess we'll describe while we're in the car exactly what the problem is and what it's doing. We'll let you see that. One thing we are going to do is try to reset the transmission adapts. Right, Mike? Yep.
Which basically you do that if there's any kind of major repair or changes the transmission. It tries to learn the optimal shift pattern is what that is. So it's really like a last-ditch effort to try to fix it, but
yeah, just a shot in the dark. But obviously, it's not going to fix anything if it's physically damaged,
exactly.
Right? So.
Yep. But you should show these two cars beside each other because they do look really cool.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
These are probably the coolest cars for the money that you can buy, really. You can find these in decent shape for around $10K.
I won't call them rare, but people have definitely forgotten about them. So,
yeah,
I mean, just pulling into the gas station, people want to talk to us about them. So
yeah, they get a lot of attention for what they are.
So we're in the car, and we're going to try resetting the transmission adapts with the Tech 2. So Mike's just going through the menus right now. You can see inside the XLR. We don't think it's going to reset it.
Nope, here you can show
fix it.
You can look at it here.
So this is our Tech 2. We're going into special functions and then reset transmission adapts. So Mike, basically this is just allowing it to relearn.
Yep, and you can click reset there, the third hot button. That's all it is.
So now we're going to test it.
So we're going to try to demonstrate exactly what happened to the car. So we're going to go on a little short drive and we'll try to figure it out as we go. So we're in first, shifted to second, a little slow but not too bad. We're not really giving it a lot of throttle. We're going to go to third, still waiting, still hasn't happened. Oh, it finally did. That's like way too long. And then we're going to go to fourth. Really big shift flare, and then into fourth gear finally. So what I think happened is, since it was out of fluid, we were running in third. We burnt up the third gear clutch pack. It does eventually engage, which is unusual. You think it would slip the whole time, but it doesn't. Once it engages, it actually engages and stays engaged. And another weird thing that I noticed is that if you downshift, it's like, that's pretty fast too. So we're still in fourth. So probably going to go to third on its own. So we're in third. We're going to go to second. You see that's fast. We'll go back to third. Still waiting. Still waiting. Oh, finally did it. So then we're in third. Gotta wait till we get on a little more straight spot. It's got that bad 3 to 4 shift flare. You'll be able to hear it, I believe, better than you can see it. So we're in 3, we're gonna go to 4. Yeah, it's obviously really bad.
You might be able to hear it on the tachometer.
Yeah, to see it on the tachometer?
Or you see it, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, there's a... So we're gonna go, so we're going back to second. So it's second. I just shifted to 3, still waiting, finally got it. And now we're gonna go, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, and then we'll go 3 to 4. So we're in 3, and yeah. So the 3 to 4 was awful. Obviously it wouldn't last much longer that way. So, long story short, it needs a transmission. It needs a third gear a third gear clutch pack in the transmission.
Yeah, so we didn't even get a shift time from 2 to 3 because it went from 2 to 4.
So, did you let them know about the ironic thing about this transmission?
No.
That it's cheaper than just about any other part on this car, including the door panels or the dash pad. So we were able to get a 30,000 mile 5L50E from an XLR for $300. And like I said, you can't get anything on this car for $300. So even though it is a little tragic that we broke it, it was actually surprisingly cheap. So
it's definitely getting dark, but we are in the street car XLR now, and we're just going to get some data on the 2-3 shift just to see what it should be in terms of the time it takes to shift. And what would you say?
yeah, just, well, the feel of it's going to be normal too compared to what the other one is, but it's really just to see how fast this one shifts. Not only so much for the broken one, but when we get a new one, you know, the one that we got only has like 30,000 miles on it, so, you know, it should almost be like new.
This is the shift time data from 2 to 3, so that's probably about what it should be. So actually we found a much better screen. Well, honestly Mike already knew about it, but a much better screen where we can see all the shift times in a row, basically. So we're going to record another run through 1 through 4, and then I guess at another point we will go back to the race car and see what they are. So yeah, so all those were fast, 0.2 seconds. Except from 4 to 5 it was 0.6, but
Yeah, it's because I was off the